On today's episode, I tell you why I decided to start an accounting practice at the age of 25. Hi everyone, I am Ethan Rushock, and on today's episode I'm going to tell you why I chose to start an accounting practice at the age of 25. Yes, I know this sounds young, but it's what I was passionate about doing, and I want to give you my lessons that I've learned and why I think it was the best thing I've ever done. So initially I started this from a room in my house, and as you can see, it's developed into a bit of a home office. It's been a great little space that I can bring clients into while also saving me on rent. I'm going to talk to you why I started up my own business, how I went about doing it, some of the things I learned, and whether I would do it all over again. So first of all, a little bit about me. First of all, my name is Ethan Rushock, and I am 26 years old currently. I live in South Australia, and I've always had an entrepreneurial mindset ever since I was young. So when I was young, I remember probably the age of 9 or 10, going around the house and collecting our DVDs, and then trying to look up online software about a retail / rental video shop point of sale systems. And I'd download these programs or free trials, whatever they were back then, enter some of my DVDs, and then try and rent them out to family members. So it was at this age that obviously at the time I didn't realise, but I had that mindset of wanting to build a business. So I think these little experiences I had through early teenage through to early 20s were really great for me to go, oh, this is something I always seem to be drawn back into. Why is that? So some of the other little things I did, I spoke about it in a previous video, but I started an online retail shop in the toys and collectibles industries. And I've just researched a lot of other little business ideas. Some of them I've dabbled in slightly, but that was the main one I did. But I've always had that idea of running in my own business. So after I finished school, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but ended up getting offered a position as a trainee accountant and ended up going to uni to study that externally. So within the first couple of years of working as an accountant, I quite quickly realised that while I enjoyed the accountancy work, I really enjoyed the business side of it. So understanding how an accounting business works, what was involved there, how to grow a client base, etc. And I've probably decided, I reckon about 2 years in, that that's something I would like to do in the future, is own my own practice. So I started researching these things over a number of years, and the consensus was that a lot of people doing this were probably in their, I'd say about their 40s, and had worked their way up in a firm and then eventually become a partner in a firm. Now, being from this younger generation, that was never going to work for me. I wasn't going to work for another 15, 20 years just to then spend all my money to buy a chunk in a firm and go down that path. I knew that I wanted to approach it differently. So I was lucky enough in the accounting industry, things have changed quite recently that have made it a lot easier to enter into the industry. So with cloud technology, etc., it's made the cost of entry a lot lower and the ability to start your own practice much easier. So in those early years, I really discovered this is something I'm passionate about. And so I started looking for content on business creation and wealth creation and just generally entrepreneurial-minded people. So I come across people such as Gary Vaynerchuk and read books of his and watched YouTube videos of his. And this really inspired me to go, you know what, that's definitely for me and I've got to do something about it. So I really spent a lot of hours researching marketing and how successful businesses run, how successful business people run their business, what it means to be the boss, how you can treat employees, how you can market with social media, etc. So really just trying to grow my knowledge of what a business owner is really about. So this gets into some of the actual steps I took. So my first thing was I knew I needed to build technical knowledge as being an accountant. So anyone that goes to an accountant, they expect their accountant to have great accounting and tax knowledge. So this was fundamental. So obviously I did this through my uni course I was doing, as well as on the job experience. So really trying to take in all that knowledge that I could to build a knowledge base where I feel like I could really help clients. I also had to work on building my confidence to be able to speak to clients. So I always felt confident public speaking, but maybe not in a one-on-one environment. So that was something I really wanted to work on because I think communication is key, especially in accounting, but in any business situation and any life situation. If you can communicate better with someone, it really grows relationships and really creates a good understanding between two people. And then I started really researching business software and how this can really improve efficiencies. So as I discussed previously, there's a lot of software coming into the accounting industry and as well as the business industry in general. So products such as Xero and then Xero Practice Manager have come into the thing. I've got Google Drive, Calendly, Practice Ignition, all these different tools that all come together to really create an efficient business. So I started to research a lot of these things well before I intentioned to go out on my own, just to start to have that knowledge about how people are using software to potentially have a lot of efficiencies and cost savings when they first enter the business world. So after leaving my previous job, I decided to do as much groundwork as I could so that when I started my business, I could hit the ground running. So I started thinking of what templates I would need to generate, what software I would exactly need, what processes I need in place, and just starting to think of ideas on how I could get my first client. And I started to set goals and budgets and make these realistic because I knew it was going to be a challenge, especially at a young age, starting a business, especially a professional services business that's built on trust. But I thought if I have all the groundwork laid, that it doesn't matter if I have 1 client or 1,000 clients, this business will work. Same as I can run with no employees and just myself, or as I grow and start to get employees, the business has all the fundamentals behind it to make it easiest. So I think this is a great thing to do when you start a business, is have that mindset that it's built as if it was a 1,000-person business, not just a 1-person business. Because if you do this, you'll build it efficiently and with the processes and procedures that you need in place to scale up. Would I do it all over again? 100%. As much as it's definitely a challenge and it will continue to be a challenge, especially at a younger age, I think it's a great move for those that have got that entrepreneurial mindset and they're passionate about it. It doesn't matter if it's professional services, retail, or any other type of business. If you're really passionate about it, I think you might as well give it a shot. The worst case scenario is you can give it a shot for a few years and then go, oh, this isn't for me, and you can go get another job. You're never going to have the perfect chance to do it. So I would say just go and do it. Give it that shot and see how you go. Most of all, be confident in yourself. Be confident in your knowledge. Make sure that you have the knowledge to be able to give a great service, but then be really confident that you know that you are providing top quality content or with a top quality product or a top quality service to your customer base. I really hope that little video has been helpful and has given you some background into who I am, what I'm aiming to do, and why I've done it. As always, I'll talk to you on the next video. Thanks for watching.